And just like that, guys,
Securing
this is gonna be
Delta.
the last game of the Modern
Losing
Warfare
B.
beta. If any of you have stopped by to watch any of my streams throughout this past weekend,
Got Delta.
just want you to know that I am
taking
very
Charlie.
grateful that you did that.
We
But
lost Bravo.
let's not be sad about the fact that this is gonna be my last game. Let's look forward to the fact that this game's coming out in 1 month. Let's go. As I say that, I'm falling down.
Securing B.
Who is ready for this game? What are some things that you do and don't like? Can I please mantle? Thank you.
We're holding Bravo. We've got Charlie.
One of my biggest things that I do like is gonna be this ground war mode. This is so much fun. Oh, that's a tank. No.
Gotta reload.
Oof. Feeling like my shot should have killed you, but honestly, I don't want to get in it this entire game, but I'm gonna grab a tank so that way I can just sit down and talk to you guys for a bit without having to worry about getting snipes or anything. But what are some things that you guys do and don't like? Personally, some of the things that I like are gunfight game mode. It's a lot of fun. Reminds me of the face-off game modes from MV3. I think that's awesome to have it back. Another thing that I do like is this ground war mode. Just has them crashing into the wall.
Allied cruise missile
I'm
launched.
a big fan of this ground war mode. Very fun. Very chaotic. And I can see a lot of people doing a lot
Allied
of
UAV overhead.
big things on this game mode.
Allied
kill
counter
games.
UAV activated. Allied UAV overhead.
Where are these guys? You know, that scope kind of gives you away, buddy. But
Enemies taking Delta.
fun nevertheless. There are a lot of things that I would like to see tweaked. I'd like to see what you guys would like to see tweaked. What is going on?
We lost Delta.
I should probably start paying attention to this big ass tank. Yeah. That's what happens when you don't pay attention. But
Enemy cruise missile. Take cover.
anybody else love the feel of the guns though.
Enemy
These
personal
guns
radar
just,
overhead.
they're so smooth. They're very balanced. Not a big fan.
We're taking Alpha.
Honestly, if it were up to me,
Enemy
so
UAV
far,
overhead.
I would just don't even
Keep
tweak the
backup at
guns.
Echo.
The guns are perfectly
Allied
fine.
precision airstrike incoming. Be aware. Backup at Bravo.
All the guns that I've used so far are very balanced, so if anybody was worried about just one or two guns standing out, that is not the case. Oh fuck.
Enemy personal radar overhead. We lost Echo.
Let me mute.
Enemy precision airstrike. Get down.
Gotta mute.
Enemy UAV overhead. Losing Charlie. Allied UAV overhead. Securing.
Did not mean to have a conversation with my team. Alright, hopefully I'm muted now.
Lost C.
Where was I? Yeah, there are not one or two guns that stand out. They all perfectly fine. So.
We're taking
Personally
Echo.
though, I really do enjoy the...
Allied precision
I'm an
airstrike
AR kind of guy.
incoming. Be
I like the
aware.
M13. It just feels very, very similar out of the AR class. And then for SMGs, I really like the AUG too.
Allied UAV
The AUG was the
overhead.
first gun that I actually used in this game.
Allied cruise missile launched.
Got me up
Captured
to...
Echo.
Got me up to the level, and then I don't know what level. I stopped using it. but at some point I converted over to the M13, and then I just started using the M13 since.
Allied cruise
With all these attachments and scopes and stuff, personally I like the GI red dot because there's not a lot going on, and there are a lot of nades. There's like a couple hallways up in this building where people just chuck nades, and just gotta be careful. It's just nade central. They're non-stop nades.
Allied cruise missile
One
launched.
down, one level. How can I get up?
Allied UAV overhead.
There's gonna be people in front of me. 1, 2, 3 piece. There we go.
You're needed at B.
Oh snap! Pretty sure I should be dead right now. I don't like how you can't use. Well, actually, I lied. Never mind. I was gonna say I don't like how you can't use one kill streak without using the other, but it just took me a while for me to figure out that feature of being able to switch.
Enemy cruise missile. Take cover. We're halfway there. Going. Enemy UAV overhead.
No! It's not what I wanted to happen. Alright, are there any tanks up on that hill? Okay, yeah, there is.
Allied IAV
There's one tank up on that hill.
Friendly VTOL on station for overwatch.
Give me this tank, please. Thank you.
Allied UAV overhead.
One thing I really recommend is a precision airstrike on this map,
Beware.
because there's a hill that a lot of tanks like to go on and just rain down hill from above. And if you have a precision airstrike, those things are very strong and they can just destroy a tank
Allied cruise missile launched.
that's staying up at the top of the hill.
Enemy cruise missile. Take cover.
And same thing with cruise missile, those work too. So actually lower in kills,
Allied chopper gunner
I believe.
arriving now.
for 5 versus an 8, so cruise missiles are a lot more obtainable at, what am I stuck on? At destroying those types of things.
Enemy counter UAV. We've lost radar. Enemy personal radar overhead.
Where's this tank? What? What the? Okay. My thing just didn't want to shoot. That was cool.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Oh, there's that tank. Here, watch this. This is what I'm talking about. I wonder if that's still gonna hit.
Securing
I thought he just moved. Yeah.
securing A.
Those tanks can be deadly though. Gotta especially be careful on this D point because this is wide open from the side. And you can absolutely, like, not even exaggerating, rain hell from
Enemy
above.
UAV overhead.
Oh, these guys are under the map. Yeah, I don't know if it's a glitch on the game's end or just a player glitch, but you can get under the map on this map. It's kind of annoying. I've been in that before because you don't know that they're under the map until you spawn on them, and you should be carrying a nade or an explosive to kill yourself because that's the only way out. Ah, damn it! There he is.
We lost it.
19 and 8. I wonder if I can't get a tank and take over that hill, because if you can get a tank and take over that hill, you're in a power position for sure. Get out of my tank. I don't want you to die because you're just going to be a casualty. This is a suicide mission that you, I guess, are on.
UAV overhead.
You're going with me, I guess.
Enemy chopper gunner on approach.
Where's this chopper gunner? Oh, it's above me. I don't have an angle on it. Maybe if I'm not trying to drive backwards and hitting every wall possible.
Securing outlet.
I think I'm gonna lose this fight, actually. Yeah, that's annoying. Can't win them all, I guess. So you're gonna take the APC now. I still want the Sherman tank. Personally, I think the Sherman tank's just a lot better. But I'm having not the best of games.
Allied UAV
Earlier, I'd draw 51 and 4 on the feet, on the ground.
Enemy cruise missile, take cover.
Where's this guy? I just passed someone. Where are you?
Allied UAV overhead.
What are you doing,
Precision
mister?
airstrike, get down.
I don't know where he is, but I'm getting out of here.
Enemy Allied UAV dropping in. Enemy
That
vehicle
UAV is
zero.
actually, counter UAV is actually pretty strong. Good thing to have.
Allied cruise missile launched. Enemy support shield. Enemy UAV overhead. Allied cruise missile launched.
I can't see anything of what's going on right now. I saw one guy further down the hill from me.
Enemy counter UAV. We've lost radar.
Can we please get that counter UAV out of here?
Personal radar overhead.
That is an enemy. Let's get that out of here. Where's that damn counter UAV? That's irritating the shit out of me.
Allied enemy precision airstrike. Get down. Allied chopper counter.
They missed me.
Enemy gunship is down. Allied cruise missile launched.
I don't know what's going on. I can't find anybody. Game's almost over. I'm just gonna sit here the rest of the game.
Enemy at Delta, go.
Yeah, that's game.
So return home bloody and empty-handed. Good work.
Tried low gameplay, but I don't know how well that turned out. But anyways, some of my likes. I love the game. The gunfight game mode. I love it. I also love Ground War. The feel of the guns and then the hit markers and the feedback of the guns. It feels so nice and rewarding. And then movement in general. It's some of the best movement that I've seen in like 5 or 6 years. Since some of the earlier CODs. And then take this all with a grain of salt because everybody has their own opinions. Last week, all those PlayStation players, they were all complaining about, oh man, the minimap. I've talked with a lot of friends and personally, we don't really see an issue. Honestly, I would have liked the opportunity to not have a minimap. I would have liked to see how that felt, but we had the minimap. It was well. Can't go wrong having the minimap, but I personally, I don't see what all the issue was with the minimap. I would have performed perfectly fine. I think some people just take a little bit longer than others to learn the feel of the maps. For me, I learn it very fast. And then one of my biggest gripes with this game is trading kills. I do not think that you should be able to trade kills. It should go one of either way. If it gets me killed, so be it. But if I get a kill, I think it's a lot better than trading kills. Trading kills just annoys me every single time it happens. It's happening way too often. It's not like it's the older Call of Duties where it happens once in a while. It happens like, sometimes it could happen like at least once a game. And then I also have gunfight down. I have it down in my dislikes too, because I wish it was like true face-off. It's nice to have face-off back in a way, and trust me, I love face-off. There are a lot of other game modes that I think would be really fun, like Uplink from AW, Blitz from Ghost, just a lot more. Sabotage from MW3. I'm sure MW2 had a couple unique game modes that were probably a lot of fun, but CTF, I hope that makes a return this year. I think that's a very big and very fun competitive game mode. CTF, Dom, Hardpoint, Search. Those are the 4 game modes that I'd like to always see, and then maybe one fun game mode. Like, it was fun watching Uplink and AW. That was fun. Momentum was pretty cool too from AW, but I think we kind of had that back in a way, sort of, with Ground War. Not necessarily, but a gunfight. Back to gunfight. I have it also in my dislikes because I don't really like the old school team deathmatch feel. Like, if you played MW Remastered, you'll know that you don't spawn in with a gun. You have to go find it. It's kind of like that. Same thing with this gunfight. You don't spawn in. Sometimes you can get in a gunfight if you legit can't find a gun, because sometimes all at spawn are stun grenades, claymores, like lethals and stuff. But stims you can find. I've seen a throwing knife in gunfight, so that was fun. Nice seeing that return, but it can get frustrating because there are some gunfights that you just can't win, because if you get unlucky and you can't find an actual weapon, you could go up against like an EP7 or an AUG or something, just a full auto weapon with just your fists, and unless you can work miracles, it can be very tricky trying to win those fights. I think it can be very unbalanced sometimes, and then sometimes you can get stuck with a shotgun versus, like, I don't know, a full auto from distance. It's hard, but that one's a little more doable. Another dislike for me is kill streaks. They just need to be turned down. Like, kill streaks are perfectly fine asses, but they are just way too loud. Like, playing that Ground War, for example, that was just so loud. It can be hard hearing my party members over the precision airstrikes, the VTOL, chopper gun. I love it. It's very chaotic, but it's very hard to hear other people, for example. And then another thing is tweak spawns, such as like the A point on Hockney Yard. That one can be very atrocious if you're on A. Personally, for like the first 5 or 10 levels, I had trouble learning my orientation as soon as I spawned in on point A on Hockney Yard. You'd spawn in and it felt very awkward to me. Like, I'd spawn in feeling like I was facing a wall and not facing outward. But just spawns in general, that was my first point. I've spawned like 2 feet away from someone before, and I've also had an enemy spawn 2 feet away from me. Like, they're not like the old spawns where they spawn on the opposite side of the map from you. They spawn, I mean, they might, but it's not as reliable as previous Call of Duties, I guess might be the right words. they're not always 180 degrees across the map from where most of your team is. But yeah, tweak spawns, because some of them can be very like poor. Like I mentioned that 8 point on Haunted Yard. There were other locations and spawns that could use tweak. Like they were fine, but they could use tweak because they were just awkward, I guess. And then my last dislike is relocating a lobby after each game. Personally, like I think the biggest pro to being manually put in a new lobby after each game is so that way it's not like the previous Call of Duties where you can get stuck searching for a game in a party of 2 for like 10 minutes because you can't find a compatible lobby to join. So it matches you up immediately. But personally, I miss, like, there are a lot of people using game chat, and that's an awesome thing. But I've also heard a lot of people complain that the audio quality is poor. But I like the interactions, and sometimes you can meet some really cool people in the pre-game lobby. But you get put in that game, and then after your game, you don't really get the opportunity to form friends, I guess you could say. Form connections, because you automatically get pulled and put into another game. So that's another negative, but overall, game very smooth, very fun. I am looking forward to it coming on October 25th. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm hoping that there's a lot of people. Cross compatibility, guys, very fun. You have the capability, if you don't like cross compatibility, to switch over to your account and disable that. Other than that, I would like to see Activision account IDs. You'd be able to edit that, but very fun weekend, guys. And again, thank you everybody who showed up at any of the streams over this past weekend. I really appreciate you. There's going to be more streams coming out after this weekend, but it's not necessarily going to be on Call of Duty until the game comes out on October 25th. So I will catch you then. Peace out. Have a great rest of your night. We'll see you next time.